Devil's Tower attracts thousands of tourists each year from all over the world. As the nation's first national monument, it has been a spiritual place for many Native American peoples. The tower also offers some of the best crack climbing in the world. SDPB's Jacqueline Severin visited with one man who has been guiding people up the tower for over 30 years. She has his story for today's Dakota Digest.
Frank Sanders is getting ready to make a short climb up the north side of Devil's Tower. Right now he is preparing his shoes for the ascent.
One of the rituals that many rock climbers embrace is a kind of moistening, spitting, on the soles of their shoes and rubbing them up like a pitcher might rub up a new baseball until they start to squeak and feel extra sticky, because getting your shoes sticking to the rock, very important. Here you can hear it. That's coming around. Yeah, that's my second favorite sound in the whole world.
Sanders lives at the base of Devil's Tower in his bed and breakfast, Devil's Tower Lodge. Climbers of all levels come to him to get to the top and to experience what Sanders calls the power of the tower.
There is an undeniable power, enchantment, magic about this tower of stone that sits out in the prairie so stark.
Sanders makes a living guiding people up the tower.
Can't do that, remember. Get your heel down, get some rubber on the rock, yeah.
But for him, Devil's Tower is more than just a moneymaker. He first encountered the tower in 1972 when he hitchhiked from his home in Washington, D.C.
On my first trip to Wyoming, this just knocked me out, and it was awe-inspiring enough to shape my life and bring me back here for the rest of my time here on Earth.
The tower has been a big part of Sanders' life, both physically and spiritually. He says it is a key part of why he's been sober for 9 years.
After rehab and trying to change life, this tower jumped back into my world. Well, it pulled my backyard right up close to it, as a matter of fact. That's what the tower did. And I do know that the tower plays a large role in keeping me clean and sober, day in and day out. There's no doubt about it.
For Sanders, climbing is something that he has to do.
In a slang way, it's very druggy, but I think it is an acutely heightened sense of perception that you have. There's no denying it, and eventually I figured out there's no replacing it. That's the real deal.
But Sanders uses his fingers for more than just clinging to the side of a rock. Playing the piano is also a big part of his life. He often appears at Roma's, an Italian restaurant in Spearfish, South Dakota. Now, Sanders is using his passion for climbing and playing the piano to help others. 2 years ago, Sanders and his girlfriend Juliana Bird started the foundation Devil's Tower Sacred to Many People. The foundation raises money to help the Porcupine Medical Clinic on the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Americans are famous for going halfway around the world to help folks that are hurting. Julianne and I realized that we needed to look no more than a couple hours away to Pine Ridge Reservation. See some people who are really hurting.
Sanders and Bird get most of their donations from guests at the B&B and from contributions made from their website. In an effort to build awareness of the poverty level at Pine Ridge, Sanders attempted to climb the tower 365 days last year. He only missed 5. This was a controversial move because some Native Americans believe that there shouldn't be any climbing on the tower at all, and most Native Americans who hold the tower sacred ask climbers to avoid the monument during the month of June. But Sanders believes that he can still respect the sanctity of the tower even by climbing.
I'd like to celebrate the fact that Native Americans, early pioneers here and their descendants, and even new imports like me, find a very spiritual nature to the tower, are ready to give testimony to a power of the tower, and rather than finding the tower as a point of contention or conflict, I hope we can all celebrate the fact that we all revere the tower, each in our own special way.
He hopes that the tower will be a place of healing and inspiration for everyone who comes there. Even after thousands of climbs, he says the tower still evokes awe in him.
And every time I go climb, every time I either reach the top or don't reach the top, it makes me say, Wow.
Sanders is now doing a set of benefit concerts for the Devil's Tower Sacred to Many People Foundation. The money will buy basic medical supplies such as Band-Aids and diapers. Sanders says when it comes to the foundation, he doesn't ask the questions why or how. He just knows in his heart he's doing the right thing. For South Dakota Public Broadcasting, I'm Jacqueline Severin in Rapid City.